What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. At Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal information is in the link below. They want me to put it up, I put it up. Now, this video, I love this song, but it's so popular they might want to flag in the video because of it. This video is entitled, Fear of Facing Yourself. Like, a lot of us have are going to have a hard time, or having a hard time, because while we're pointing out to the world about what's wrong with the world, who we haven't faced yet is ourselves in the mirror. We haven't started with the person staring back at us in the mirror. And this is on a mind, body, and soul aspect. A lot of us haven't taken a good look at our mentalities. To change something about, you can't change a lot of things about the world if you can't change anything about yourself. And a lot of us haven't faced our own realities of our own mentality, and how our mentality is either positive or negative, if it's worked in our benefit or our detriment in our own lives. So we have a hard time facing ourselves in the mirror, like, am I smart or am I stupid? Am I stand up or am I manipulative? Am I selfless or am I selfish? You know what I mean? What is my mentality? Where's my mind? Am I centered? Because we all have issues. Don't get that too. We all have issues. And I think as an adult, you learn how to control your issues and center yourself. That's what you're supposed to be able to. That's what you're supposed to learn how to do. And some of us are failing at controlling ourselves and centering ourselves. But we're so active on trying to throw other people under the bus, which is not that bright in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. So what winds up happening is we're scared to face our realities. And some people have gotten positive results by doing negative, and they think doing negative is the thing to be, but they haven't. But the story, it ain't over yet. Like, I've seen people who became successful with a negative mentality, and they thought they won, and that same mentality put them beneath the valley. They went from the peak to beneath the valley. They ain't even in the valley, right? So you had your high, and now you in your low, and you're gonna stay in your low. And there are people whose patience and attitude was great when they were dealing with the lows of life, and then they reached the peaks, and they made that all the more better because they were still the same person, and their mentality kept them where on top. Not necessarily, but because they were able to understand that they were doing the right thing even when the wrong things were happening to them. And they stuck to their principle and their guns, and they're people you could be proud of. Let's just say that. Now, but some of us have a hard time facing reality, because even when I look at clips on YouTube of all of these shows, I see a lot of people who are faced with their own mentalities. And as you notice, a lot of times people go dead silent, or they deflect, or they create a distraction, or they go into some habit to get the attention off of the light being put on them in their mentalities. They gotta run away from it. That's because they have a hard time facing themselves. They don't have a hard time being themselves, but they have a hard time facing themselves. So let me move forward, though, because I think spirituality is the most important at the end of the day. But physically, mind first, body next. A lot of us have a hard time facing our bodies. We have a hard time looking at ourselves in the mirror physically. Because, see, a mentality, you can hide. Your spirituality, you can hide. Your body, you can't. Because the way your body looks in premise is an inside-out job. And the way you look and the energy you give off stems from how you are internally. So what winds up happening is a lot of us are not taking care of ourselves internally, and our body is the physical manifestation of that. And a lot of us don't want to take a good look in the mirror and make a change. See, your body lets you know if you're winning internally or losing internally in the way that you're taking care of yourself. And a lot of us don't want to look in the mirror just to see, because a lot of us already know the answer. A lot of us, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just buy some new clothes and cover it up. You can't cover it up. You got people, I'm going to just put some makeup on my face and cover it up. You can't cover it up. Your skin still looks dead. I'm going to change my hair and cover it up. You can't cover it up. It's still there. The three things that are most telling to most people's health in general is your skin, your hair, and your nails. If those things are bad internally, that lets you know you're going bad. But where I'm going with that is this: a lot of us don't want to face ourselves in the mirror so much so that we will ignore ourselves get worse. And see, we want somebody else to fix us. See, when you want another person to fix your physical appearance, that lets that person know that you need help mentally, physically, and emotionally or spiritually. You need help in all three facets. Because you're not even going to get up and make a change physically that you can make a change. You're not going to stop eating what you're eating. You're not going to sleep properly. You're not going to stop drinking what you're drinking. You're not going to get up and become more active. Because you don't care about you. You want somebody to care about themselves so much that they handle all of their personal business for themselves and then take time out of caring for themselves to care about you. To the point where they got to pick you up and drag you along to learn how to care about yourself. But you don't want to take a good look in the mirror and face that. And it's a hard thing to face because sometimes, and let me be fair. Sometimes you don't see yourself the way the world sees you. Because you're so used to yourself, you can't see if you've improved or if you fell off. And that's true. So some of us are so accustomed to seeing ourselves, we don't feel like we're any different than we were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We don't see ourselves. And sometimes you have to see yourself in still form in a picture and look at yourself and go, wait, that's me? I went through that. My parents went through that. My friends went through that. So, maybe I should have said that first, but I didn't. Sorry. That's another thing. Spiritually, we have a hard time facing ourselves in the mirror because a lot of us like our id more so than our super ego. Or what I mean by that is a lot of us like our carnal nature or our hedonistic nature over our more altruistic nature. So you don't want to take a good look in the mirror that, you cut off your inner angel on purpose for your inner devil. And what happened was you became that devil. And you don't want to look at yourself in the mirror and face the fact that to get back to if internally you want to be an angel again, you're going to have to atone for your mistakes. You're going to have to acknowledge your mistakes. And acknowledge your mistakes, you're going to have to take a good look in the mirror at yourself and and the people that you've crossed and the things that you've done, and not just I forgive myself and I move on. You're gonna have to go apologize to those people and atone those mistakes. You're gonna have to redeem that. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't want to go take a good hard look in the mirror at ourselves because we want a clean slate. And a lot of us have deemed ourselves to be God to the point where we keep being run by an inner devil, and then staring at ourselves like, but I'm gonna give myself a clean slate and I'm starting from here. Only to repeat the very same thing with just new people. So at some point, you gotta face yourself in the mirror that this is who you are. You know, you are a culmination of your actions. And if your actions are negative, then you are negative. If your actions are positive, then you are positive. You know what I'm saying? If you are an angelic person, your actions show it. If you are a demonic person, your actions show it. And there's no excuses, because you can, good people with good heart and good actions hold themselves accountable when they know they could have done more good. Bad people with bad actions give themselves a pass because, they know that they could have done good also, but they chose to do bad. But they justify their actions. And at the end of the day, ultimately, you face looking in the mirror at yourself because, a lot of us don't want to admit that we've grown to be either the lion or the lamb of God, or we've grown to be the snake or the dragon of Satan. And a lot of us don't want to face that reality. Like, I laugh at, I look at the parallels of religions, and, and I always think about the story of Anubis. Like, a lot of people don't want their heart to be weighed against that feather. Because of some people are sure of themselves. And I think few people who are good-hearted are sure because they always feel like they could do better. But there are a lot of people who are scared that their heart is cold and heavy, and their actions proved it, and they're scared of going to hell. That's why they would have that old saying, them old folks going to church because they regret their old actions and now they're trying to get into heaven. So this is just a video. Take it as you will. We out. Peace.